Why hello you amazing beautiful people and welcome back to another anime reaction video. How you guys all doing? So I've been recommended a video and it's actually one I am unbelievably curious about. It's from a channel called Anime AJ, so shout out them, link to their channels in the description, and it's called What is Bad Animation. Now I'm excited because people always tell me about bad animation. And it gets mentioned a bunch, and I'm one of these people who constantly says that animation does not bother me. Whether it's good or bad or whatever, it's not gonna take me out of the show. And I've had a bunch of people recently telling me that the only reason I say that is because I've never seen bad animation, fully bad animation. And they said when you see real bad animation, it absolutely does take you out of the show. So I figured, well, how am I gonna see that? Unless I watch these anime, how am I gonna see it? And then you guys said, well, check out this video and it will explain it to you. So that's what we're gonna do today. So yeah, shout out Anime AJ. And if you want more reactions like this, please like and please subscribe and let me know in the comment section. All of these reactions are picked from one of you in the comment section. So what, a subscriber, like specifically, I should specify, it's a subscriber in the comment section. Every single person who subscribes to the channel has a little like sticker next to their name. So make sure you subscribe, leave a comment down below, and your video recommendation might be the next one we react to. And let's jump into my first time ever reaction to what is bad animation.
If you head onto Google and search bad animation, you'll be greeted by endless images from Naruto, Dragon Ball, One Piece, and countless other shows. While you'll find some genuinely valid examples of poor animation, the vast majority demonstrate that there's a real issue in the anime community. A lot of people lack
Naruto? I mean, I am prone to the Sasuke fish lens camera that happens all the time.
the most basic understanding of what bad animation is.
Okay.
So let's make things easy and start with what bad animation isn't. Screenshots of in-betweens are not bad animation. There's a very frustrating habit in the community of pausing during sequences and passing off funny-looking in-betweens as examples of poor work. In-betweens exist to facilitate motion. They are not the keyframes within a sequence. Even the most outstanding of scenes can be packed with funny-looking in-betweens, but that doesn't somehow make the overall scene bad. In the vast majority of cases, you cannot see them in motion, and that's perfectly fine. They've introduced the required fluidity into a scene, and that's all they exist for. That's not to say in-betweens get a free...
Yeah, so literally saying like these in-between shots aren't considered bad animation because they are there to showcase the flow movements of a character. Alright, so if you pause at certain times, it's going to be weird. To be honest, if you did that with this video, it'd probably be weird. Like right now, if you paused at a random frame of the next 5 seconds when I'm going to move around like a crazy person, I bet you get weird images. You ready? Now, granted, that probably looked insane even without pausing, but there you go.
Past, they are perfectly capable of being bad, and bad in-betweening can absolutely ruin a scene. For example, this dialogue scene in Just Because has the character's entire face change shape as it moves between keyframe and in-between. There's certainly something to be said about the general transition of the in-betweening role moving from young animators within a studio to outsourced factory farms, but let's be very clear and honest, that's not at all where the conversation is when these shots are brought to light. I'm already
really liking this video,
Time and time again, in-betweens are used in genuine attempts to discredit scenes.
Leave
I
my
think
boy
it's time to challenge
alone,
that and help foster more nuanced criticism. If tweens very obviously break a scene, then sure, talk about that and talk about it in motion, but there is nothing of worth found in posting stills with zero context. Next, exaggeration is not bad animation. Two of the founding principles of animation are squash and stretch and exaggeration. The purpose of the former is to give a sense of weight and flexibility to an object or person, while the latter exists as a powerful tool for creativity, as imitating reality is pretty dull. Squash and stretch has been in use for decades and decades, and yet despite this, scenes including it are some of the most commonly cited as examples of poor work. Whether it be the exaggerated face as Sasuke takes a punch, Android 17's extended lip.
That was really satisfying to watch, actually. You know what, let's rewind one more time. Let's watch Sasuke get punched again. Of course, I love Sasuke. I love him. If you watch my Naruto reactions, you've probably heard me say many different things. But if you don't watch them, then I definitely love him and you don't need to hate me.
Whether it be the exaggerated face as Sasuke takes a punch, Android 17's extended limbs, or Satoshi Ash's face as he gleams with excitement, they've all come under fire from certain parts of the various fandoms. Again, it's an issue with fans pausing animation in
Bro, what the fuck is happening to Sasuke there? Dude! That guy is dead. Also, why are they giving him cake like that? The proportions are actually very accurate. No, that's exactly what Sasuke looks like, just walking around.
And commenting
Amazing.
on what they apparently don't understand, or it's a bizarre hatred that their cartoons dare to look like cartoons. Squash and stretch is essential. If you ignore it, you end up with animation that looks like weird sentient
Isn't that just repeating?
Exaggeration
Isn't that just like moves
is
repeating
equally
over and over
critical. In live action,
Mob Psycho
actors
100.
can convey a number of emotions through micro-expressions.
Yep.
A voice can only do so much, though.
The
So some of the most
animation in Mob Psycho 100.
exemplary examples of character acting often elevated performance through wonderful exaggeration. The same goes for action scenes too. Horrifying facial expressions can do wonders of selling the impact of a punch. Ugly is often equated with bad, but ugly can make an audience feel uncomfortable, and that's very much
that's
the
good.
intent.
Yeah,
Art evokes emotion, and it's okay for those emotions to be negative. Negative emotions can elevate the most dramatic of scenes. It's okay to find exaggeration and squash and stretch too extreme in certain places. Naruto vs. Pain is one of the most spectacularly animated episodes in the show. It's filled to the brim with some of the best animators in the industry, but it's also one of the most divisive episodes because these animators are hugely idiosyncratic, taking these techniques to the extreme in very overt ways.
It truly is one of the greatest things I've seen in anime, man. And it's currently, as the time of recording this reaction and the time you watch this, is currently airing on my second channel, G.O.T. Extra. The Naruto vs. Pain episodes are going out every single day. A few people say, why don't I put them all together? I'll tell you why. Because you get copyright striked. That's why. Every fucking reactor that does that gets copyright striked. Nicholas Light literally got copyright striked for a Naruto fight scene where he put multiple episodes together like a month ago. That's why. That's why I do individual episodes, and that's how we do it. If people want to watch them together, just wait until the episodes are out and then binge watch the episode, you know? That's why. It's a safety reason. But that fight is so good! Check out GOT Extra if you want to see my reaction.
Some
Or my
fans, these
Patreon.
extreme visuals are breathtaking and hugely memorable.
Awesome
For others,
fight.
they're taken entirely out of the show and wish for a more grounded approach. Both viewpoints are...
I will say, Naruto vs. Pain was like the peak of Naruto for me. We're now like 100 episodes ahead of that in the war arc. And we're about a quarter of the way through the war arc, from what I've heard. Maybe not even that yet. And I have to say, I'm yet to be back here. I'm yet to be back on that level.
perfectly fine, but it would be outright disingenuous and frankly incorrect to say it's badly animated.
Oh god, I want to watch it
Idiosyncratic
again.
expression is commonly mistaken
god, I'm
for
gonna
bad
watch it
animation.
again.
Episode 4 of Gurren Lagann and episode 7 of Kemonozume are from Osamu Kobayashi, who has an incredibly distinctive style. He was personally invited aboard by the director Hiroyuki Imaishi in Gurren Lagann and allowed to do his own thing despite Kobayashi asking whether his drawings would be corrected. Fans kicked up a huge stink, which led to a co-founder of Studio Gainax, Takami Akai, coming out and quite bluntly saying, "The quality hasn't dropped, the style changed. The staff really shouldn't listen to comments from amateurs who don't know any better, but only from animation industry people." It's unfortunate that this had to happen, and it didn't really go very well for Akai, but it was necessary. Loose, minimalist, or even just deviations from a set style.
I'm guilty to this as well. When I watched season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, I made some comments about the animation, and I had people educating me on the animation. And the thing is, I'm an idiot. Like, I don't know. So it's good that you have people in the community who do know more than the idiots like me, because I'm one of many. I'm one of many idiots in the anime community. And there's people who do know more, like this bro, and they tell us, no, you're wrong. It's just a different style. It's good animation, and here is why.
Are often met with hugely negative reception. Naoki Tate's loose style and extreme use of smears are criticized regularly, for example. Many fans don't like change and struggle to separate their distaste for a style with an accurate assessment of its quality. So
I mean, look at One Punch Man season 2. It got completely slated for the animation switch up. The animation is fucking fine. It's absolutely fine, but you'll still see so many people in the community, and I bet some of you commenting on this video that are just going to shit on it because it wasn't the same as season 1, but it was still very good, and for some reason, people just went, it wasn't this, so fuck you. It's like, come on, man.
That said, let's look at what exactly bad animation really is.
Alright, let's
One
see.
of the most obvious examples would be a scene that entirely disregards how form, impact, and momentum works. Episodes 5, 24, and 33 of Dragon Ball Super are the 3 worst episodes in the series. They're packed to the brim with anatomically incorrect forms which, contrary to what a lot of people say, do actually matter when it comes to animation. You can separate art to some degree.
What about the moon in Naruto? If you know, you know.
Things in movement or in the distance will often be lower detail and thus excused, but if the form falls apart well outside of intentional exaggeration, then your animation falls apart too.
Okay,
The
so
movement
far I'm not
itself
seeing
is
anything.
incredibly clunky. The poses, even if you take them as stills, lack any sense of dynamism. In movement, they defy the principle of inertia, which leads to very awkward and stiff animation, and with little use of follow-through, the impacts just feel hollow. Another example would be limited animation. Limited animation is not necessarily poor in and of itself, but it absolutely can be done poorly.
Speak
and
of
I think
the
the
devil.
most recent example comes from a show ironically named Dynamic Chord. Whether it be
I really thought he was about to start shitting on One Punch Man, and I was like, literally just after I was complimenting it, he's like, my most recent example comes from One Punch Man Season 2, and I'm like, nah, man, come on.
the horrendous band sequences or the infamous bike scene, the animation relies heavily on digital keyframing, moving components of stills around to create bizarre puppet-like movement. It's distracting, very disturbing at times, and definitely not good. It's a fine example that well-drawn art can never ever sit in place of animation. Moving well away from the specifics of actual movement, it's also perfectly fine to levy criticisms at episodes as a whole, even if they do contain one or two great sequences. If an episode's supervision is lacking, leading to characters changing styles drastically from scene to scene, it might not necessarily mean the episode is badly animated, but startling inconsistency within an episode is not a great sign of polish. It's fine for idiosyncratic animators to strut their stuff in key moments or even entire episodes, as we mentioned earlier, but if you can literally see...
You can already see such a significant difference between the combat here and what they were showing us from Dragon Ball Super a second ago.
The key animator change from cut to cut to cut, there's probably a real issue there. There are so many different ways to criticize animation fairly. You don't need to resort to pausing on in-betweens or zooming in on low-detail characters in the background. There are so many hilarious examples out there.
When I was watching A Sentence of a Bookworm, there's literally a shot in the background where a character had like a leg that was just broken and pointing the other way, and I lost my shit. There's just like two characters just talking, and in the background there was literally someone whose leg just was like fucking hanging off over here. It was amazing.
Laugh about it with friends, that is 100% fine, but passing them off as legitimate evidence for your criticisms is a very good way to get nobody to take you seriously. This video isn't about telling you to shut up and just enjoy things, it's about challenging how you view your anime. It's about making you question whether something's bad or just different, whether you're really being fair when you're pausing on something intended to be seen in motion.
Especially considering so many people in the anime community are too hard and heavy on like animators who don't get breaks, don't get time off, don't get paid fairly. Like, we need to be more flexible and nicer, because these are human beings who live on social media like everybody else in the world these days, and will see all these criticisms, and it must be heartbreaking when, imagine you're just constantly at a desk, you don't even see your damn family, you're underpaid, and you look online, and some fucking idiot in his mother's basement is going, fuck you, and the awful animation ruined this episode for me. Like, imagine that. Imagine that. So yeah, we do need to be kinder as a community and more flexible. We are a harsh community, like, in general, and it's not fair, especially on the people who it doesn't deserve to be directed at.
I am 100% sat up on my high horse right now, and that's absolutely going to get under some people's skin, but I really hope it doesn't, because I don't have better eyes than any of you. My opinion on what's good and what isn't aren't facts. I just want to be able to have discussions where we're being reasonable, and we can talk about why...
I will say, I like this video, but I was hoping for examples. That's the only thing. So if anyone watching this has any examples of bad animation, can you fire them my way? Maybe we'll do a video reviewing bad animation. Because this just seems like it was more explaining what bad animation is rather than showing us what bad animation is.
Something works,
and I want to see some bad animation.
Examples that should really be reserved for comedy.
Give me some examples.
Lazy talk, no more budget talk. Let's focus on the who and the why. And once we're comfortable with that, we can shitpost in-betweens in peace. Thank you so much for listening and putting up with Mr. Negative over here. Hope this was at the very least something useful to pass around, if not informative for yourself. I know that in a lot of communities this isn't much of an issue anymore, but in many of the larger series mentioned throughout this video, it's unfortunately still rampant, and I really wanted to play a small part in attempting to oust it. Let me know what shows, episodes, or scenes you find to be really badly animated. Weigh in on what I've mentioned in the video, and of course...
I think this is just the outro. Weird, his outro's 2.5 minutes long. What's it go here? Does it go to like comments or something? What is this? What is it?
Katu Yamashita, Kenichi Kutsuna. There are so many amazing animators on that episode. Those episodes or scenes you find to be
I don't know
really
what actually the
badly
end is.
animated.
Let's just see what he
Weigh
goes
in on
from
what
here.
I've mentioned in the video, and of course, feel free to ask any questions. Be
Yeah,
sure to rate the video,
I enjoyed the
and
video,
I will see you next
but
time.
please give me some examples of bad animation. The pain is good. I'm loving the spelling mistakes here. Meme ass bitch. It's weird. This is literally word for word what I was gonna write down.
No, really, it's amazing. Trust me, go and rewatch it. Delete your comment. Go watch the episode again. Norio Matsumoto, Shingo Yamashita, Kenichi.
I am surprised. We're gonna stop the video there. We're gonna stop the video there. I am surprised that anyone could ever watch the Pain arc and say that the fight wasn't good. Blows my mind, man, because that fight was incredible. I do want to say that I want some examples. I do. I really want some. Don't get me wrong. This video is absolutely fantastic. So fantastic at explaining bad animation. But I need some examples. I do. Penguins uploaded a video called Worst Thing I've Ever Seen. He uploaded a couple videos talking about bad animation. There's a video called Worst Anime CGI Ever. There's a video called The Uzumaki Animation is Horrible. There's loads. There's tons of videos. I swear a 13-year-old wrote this anime. What's this? Karu. What's this video? I swear a 13-year-old wrote this anime, it says here. Possibly the worst dub voice in anything in existence. Worst animation in 7DS. Loads of things, right? There's loads of videos like that. I would love some examples. Some examples. Worst anime dub would actually be hilarious. That sounds like a well good idea. Let me write that down, actually. That could be really fun. Yeah, I want some worst anime animation videos. Worst anime animation. So if you give me some recommendations on ones, I'll put together like a little compilation. And worst anime dub sounds fucking hilarious as well. We can do a few videos like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. And if you guys got any more recommendations, let me know. But I loved this video because it outlined and like gave me more knowledge to properly judge and understand going forward what is considered bad animation, you know, like when watching these things. Because if I'm being honest, I would say that's an area I know zero about. Like, I have no commentary, no opinion, nothing on what good and bad animation is. Because for me, it's just all good. Like, and that's not even me, like trying to just, like, not pee anyone off. It's me being genuine. There's no anime I've seen where the animation has stood out to me so significantly in a negative way that it's just taken me out of the anime. Every anime I've seen, I've enjoyed. The ones that I've said I've enjoyed. And any that I haven't enjoyed, it's never been because of the animation. Never once. So I definitely would like to see something where the animation is the issue. And this is nothing against the animators in any way, but it would be cool just to see some, you know? Because I don't have any examples. Nothing to go on. So what are some examples? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what other anime reactions you want me to check out. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave your comments, because those are the recommendations that I select. Other than that, have yourselves an awesome freaking day. Hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, my friends, let me know what's your least favorite animated scene of all time. And have an amazing freaking day. And you right there will see me in the next video.